Hi guys, welcome to the first instructional tutorial. So I've had a request for the step through from Down Dog, and it's a really common one that people struggle with. Once you've got it, you've got it, but it's kind of used so often, and we very rarely spend that much time in class actually walking you through the different muscles that you need to use and different ways of doing it. So this is a quick one for that. So I'll show you the move we're talking about. So we're in our down dog, and then we say step through, so bringing this leg through. There's quite a lot going on to make that happen, and we often just say step through. So here are some obvious things that really make a difference when you're stepping through. So I'm going to do this one this evening without props, because I know not everyone has blocks, and then I will do another one with blocks for those that might have blocks. So you'll be in your down dog. Now, the first thing to say is you take the gaze forward before you move. So you don't stay looking at the feet, you take the gaze forward. That's point one. Point two is you don't go from straight legs and try and step it through. You look forward. You almost take a crouch back, so you're ready to pounce almost. So you're looking forward, the knees are bent, and then keeping, for as much as possible, keeping the thigh in contact with the abdomen. You look forward and then you spring. You need to have the space. So the other thing, you probably don't notice when it's happening quickly, but this hand kind of needs to come out of the way a little bit. So you bend forward. As you bend, I'll try and do it really slow. As you bend the knees and look forward, this hand comes through. This one will come up slightly, up onto fingertips, to give you the space to pull the leg through. So that's the first couple of things. Looking forward, deep crouch into both knees before you spring forward. It's almost then a little bit more of a pounce. That's the first option. The other option is, if you look forward, you bend the knees, you might only make it to here. That's a perfectly good starting point. Then you can just take hold of the ankle and pull it forward. I'll just show you again. So you bend into the knee, you try and keep the thigh engaged with the abdomen, so looking forward you've got space. You might only make it to here, so you grab hold behind the ankle and you just pull it forward. That way it's a two-step move, but it's progress towards being able to get it up there. And we'll talk about the muscles that we need. So we need hip flexor strength and we need strong core as well. So that's option two. And then the last one, which sometimes works quite well, try them all because different things will work for different bodies. The other one that works quite well is you look up between the hands. Same thing, they all start with looking up and bending, but it might be that you need to swing the leg out to the side a bit. And it might be again that you come halfway and you bring it in. All of these are perfectly fine options, and whichever one you choose, you're going to be building the strength to progress it to the full step through. So hip flexors and abdominals. So there are some exercises you can do from down dog that really start to build the strength that's needed. So from down dog, taking it up to three-leg dog, and then you can see it's the same kind of motion, sending the leg up, keeping it in and forward. So we're strengthening through the core here and the hip flexors. So if you do this every day, you know, maybe do 10 each side, you might need to build up to that. But that's one thing you can do. And then you can do, if that's a bit much, you can take lots of breaks in between, but if that's a bit much, you can also do this from tabletop. Exactly the same movement, but you're just doing it from a tabletop position. So you set the foot back, keep the hips even, don't roll onto one side. So keep the hips even, and again, we're working these, the core and the hip flexor. So we bring the knee in the same way as we did from down dog. We'll start it from here. It's exactly the same motion. There are a couple of, what are we at, 5 minutes here? I don't want these to be too long. There are a couple of other ways you can progress this with using blocks, and a couple of other exercises. Gosh, the moon's beautiful, I've just noticed. And a couple of other standing exercises that you can do to strengthen the core and the hip flexors. So I shall do another one of these on this particular move. Let's say if we leave it for a week. So what day are we on today? Gosh, lockdown. Tuesday. Tuesday's my day off. So I'll leave it a week. Practice those for a week. See how you get on. And then on Tuesday, I shall give you some other bits and pieces that you can add into the mix. Good luck with it. Any questions, just give me a shout. Always happy to help.